You ever feel like there's something pulling you, something bigger than where you are right now? Like there's a fire deep down inside, but the world just keeps trying to throw water on it? Maybe you've got a dream so big it scares you, so bold it makes people laugh when you say it out loud, so real you can taste it, but somehow it's still out of reach. Let me ask you something. Have you ever closed your eyes and seen your future so vivid it felt more real than your present? I mean, so clear you could feel the heat of the lights on stage, the smell of that office you built from the ground up, the sound of your name being called not because you were lucky, but because you earned it. But then, you opened your eyes and reality punched you in the chest. Bills, rejection, doubt, that voice in your head that whispers, maybe you're not good enough. Yeah, I know that voice. And I'm here to tell you something that might shake you a little. Dreaming is the easy part. Anybody can dream. You can lie in bed and imagine the life you want. You can tell people your plans. You can build castles in the sky. But chasing that dream, living it, fighting for it, when nothing around you says it's possible, that's a different kind of courage. That's war. That's where most people give up. But you're not most people, are you? Because somewhere inside you, maybe buried under fear, under failure, under everything you've been through, there's still a flame. It might be dim, it might be flickering, but it's still there. And today, we're going to talk about how to feed that flame until it roars. We're going to talk about how to dream big, not just to impress people, but because your life depends on it. And most importantly, we're going to talk about how to never give up. Not when it's hard, not when you're tired, not even when you feel like you're the only one left standing. Because what's waiting for you on the other side of the struggle is the life you were born to live. Would you like me to continue into the first main point, the power of vision, or adjust the tone or pacing? Let me tell you something that'll change how you look at every single day of your life. You have to see it before you live it. I'm not talking about wishful thinking. I'm not talking about fantasy. I'm talking about vision. A deep, clear, undeniable picture in your mind of who you are meant to become. The kind of vision that keeps you awake at night and pulls you out of bed in the morning. That kind of vision is dangerous, because once you've truly seen it, once it's burned into your spirit, you can't go back to small living. Now, most people don't see anything. They just exist. They wake up, punch the clock, go through the motions, and wonder why life feels so empty. But you're different. You have to be different. Because if you're going to dream big and never give up, it starts with vision. Not hope, not luck, vision. Here's the secret. The world will never believe in your dream until you do. You've got to believe in what hasn't happened yet like it already has. You've got to walk like it's already yours. Speak like it's already done. Train like the opportunity is coming tomorrow. That's the difference between people who wish and people who win. The ones who win, they already saw it. Think about any great inventor, artist, entrepreneur, or leader. Before they built the product, the company, the movement, they saw it in their head. Everyone else thought they were crazy. Everyone else was looking at what was, while they were locked in on what could be. That's vision. But vision isn't easy. It comes with a price. Because when you have a dream bigger than your surroundings will try to pull you back down. You'll share your vision with people, and they'll laugh. They'll say, be realistic. That's too big. That's not for people like us. And if you're not careful, you'll start believing them. You'll start shrinking your dream to fit their comfort zone. Don't do it. You weren't given that dream to fit in. You were given that dream to break out. You've got to protect your vision like it's your lifeline. Because it is. You've got to feed it with intention. Speak it out loud. Write it down. See it in your mind so clearly that the universe starts to bend in your direction. Because when you can see it, when you walk in it like it's already real, something shifts. The struggle becomes part of the story. The no's become noise. The rejection becomes redirection. And yeah, you might be the only one who sees it at first. But that's okay. You don't need a crowd to validate your vision. You just need courage to keep believing when no one else does. Don't wait until it's obvious. Don't wait until it's easy. Don't wait until everyone claps for you. See it now. Claim it now. Live like it's already yours. Because if you can't see the dream, you'll never chase it. And if you never chase it, you'll never live it. So keep your eyes on the vision, even when your feet are stuck in the mud. Because where you're going is bigger than where you've been. And this is only the beginning. Let's talk about fear. That thing that sneaks in when you're about to take a step forward. That tight feeling in your chest when you think about taking a risk, making a change, or chasing something that no one in your family has ever done before. Fear is real, but here's the truth most people never hear. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is a compass. It's a signal. It shows up not to stop you, but to show you what matters. See, we've been taught to run from fear, to avoid failure at all costs, to play it safe. But safety never changed the world. Comfort never built a dream. Every great success story, every one has chapters full of fear, failure, and pain. The question is not if you'll face those things. The question is, what will you do when you do? Because fear will whisper, what if you fall? But purpose shouts back, what if you fly? Now let's talk about failure. That word people are scared to even mention. You fail a test, a job interview, a relationship. You start to question your worth. You start to think maybe the dream wasn't real. But failure is not the end of the road. It's the beginning of understanding. Failure is a teacher, one of the best you'll ever have. It teaches you what doesn't work, who you really are, and how bad you really want it. There's no success without failure. Zero. Name one person who's built something great and hasn't fallen on their face more times than they can count. You can't, because success is built on the bricks of failure stacked with patience, grit, and faith. But here's the hard part. Failure doesn't feel good. It hurts. It humbles you. It exposes the parts of you that still need work. And that's where most people give up. They take one hit and retreat. They let failure define them instead of refine them. But if you can stand in the middle of failure, with your head held high, and say, this is not where my story ends, you become dangerous. Because now you're learning, now you're growing, now you're becoming the kind of person who doesn't just dream big, but survives long enough to live big. The truth is, fear and failure are part of the journey. They're not obstacles, they're invitations. Invitations to go deeper, to rise higher, to become stronger than the version of you that started the race. You want to know what's really scary? Settling, giving up, shrinking to fit into a life that's too small for your soul. That's the kind of fear that should keep you up at night. The fear of wasted potential. The fear of never knowing what could have happened if you just kept going. So don't run from fear. Don't fear failure. Invite them in, sit with them, learn from them, use them, let them shape you into someone unstoppable. Because when you face what you fear, and when you rise from what tried to break you, you become the kind of person the world can't ignore. Fear will show up. Failure will knock you down. But they don't get to write your ending. You do. Everybody wants to dream big. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants the breakthrough, the platform, the applause, the success. But the truth is, very few people want to do the boring stuff every day. The stuff that actually builds the dream. See, dreaming is flashy, but discipline, that's where the real power is. Discipline is what separates the people who want it from the people who live it. Let me tell you something. You will never rise above your habits. You might have the talent. You might even have the vision. But if you don't have the discipline to show up when it's hard, when it's lonely, when no one is watching, you will not last. Because the life you want isn't built in one day. It's built daily. One decision at a time, one habit at a time, one early morning, one late night, one hard choice at a time. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it, because feelings are fleeting. Some days you're going to wake up motivated. Most days, you won't. That's just real. But discipline is stronger than motivation. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is a fire that never goes out. Consistency is the companion of discipline. They walk hand in hand. It's not about doing something great once. It's about doing it over and over and over again, until it becomes part of who you are. You want to be great at your craft? Study it every day. Practice it every day. Show up, even when no one is clapping, even when no one sees. That's how you build something that lasts. Because the dream is not going to chase you back. It's not coming to knock on your door. You've got to go after it with discipline and consistency until the doors open, and even then you keep knocking, you keep showing up. There's a certain kind of quiet strength in people who are consistent. They're not loud, they're not flashy, but they're dangerous because they don't stop. They keep doing the work, day after day, brick by brick, until what they built can't be ignored. And yeah, it's going to be boring sometimes. It's going to feel like nothing is happening. But that's how growth works. You don't see it on the surface at first. It's underground. It's hidden. But one day, the breakthrough comes, and it doesn't come because of luck or chance or magic. It comes because you stayed in the fight long enough to earn it. Don't confuse slow progress with failure. Don't confuse repetition with weakness. Greatness lives in repetition. Excellence lives in the details. Your dream deserves consistency. Your future demands discipline. So decide who you're going to be when no one's watching. Decide what kind of legacy you want to build when it's hard, when it's silent, when it feels like nothing is working. Because if you stay ready, you never have to get ready. Show up, do the work, every single day. That's how you turn a dream into a destiny. There's something you need to understand if you're going to make it. Not everyone is going to get your dream. Not everyone will support it. Not everyone will celebrate you when you start to grow. In fact, the moment you decide to chase something bigger than your environment, the noise will get loud, real loud. Opinions, doubts, distractions, critics, even your own fears. They all start talking at once. That's why if you're serious about dreaming big and never giving up, you've got to learn how to shut out the noise. Because noise will trick you. It'll make you second-guess the vision you were once so sure about. It'll sound like people who care about you saying, be realistic. It'll sound like friends saying, you've changed. It'll sound like that voice in your head whispering, what if you're not enough? And if you don't guard your dream, if you don't protect that fire inside of you, the noise will smother it. Your dream is fragile in the beginning, like a seed just planted. You can't leave it out in the open for anyone to stomp on. You've got to bury it deep, water it daily with belief, and protect it with silence when necessary. Some things aren't meant to be shared with people who can't see beyond their own limitations. Because here's the truth, people can only see you through the lens of their own fears. And if they've given up on their own dreams, they'll try to convince you to do the same. But your dream wasn't given to them, it was given to you. So you have to be selective with what you listen to. Not every voice deserves a seat at your table. Not every opinion carries weight. Learn to listen to the voice inside you. The one that's rooted in purpose, in fire, in that unshakable knowing that you were made for more. That voice gets drowned out by noise if you're not intentional. So unplug, get still, get focused. Silence is a weapon. Focus is a shield. And boundaries, they're your guardrails. Set them. Not out of arrogance, but out of necessity. Because you can't afford to be available to everything and everyone while you're building something sacred. The internet will distract you. The news will discourage you. Social media will deceive you into comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Cut through it. Put your blinders on. Stay in your lane. Everyone's journey looks different, and yours is unfolding exactly how it's supposed to. Guard your energy. Protect your peace. And more than anything, protect your dream. That thing inside of you is not random. It's not silly. It's not too much. It's yours for a reason. And it's your job to carry it through the chaos, the noise, the doubt, and the distractions until it becomes real. Because once you cross that line, once your dream becomes your reality, the same people who once doubted you will ask how you did it. And you'll tell them, with calm confidence, I stopped listening to noise, and I started listening to vision. There's going to come a point in your journey when quitting feels easier than continuing. When it feels like the weight of the world is pressing down on your chest, and the path ahead looks too long, too hard, too uncertain. And in that moment, you'll have a choice to let your limitations define your life or to rise and chase something greater than yourself. Let me tell you something real. You're not just living for you. You're not just dreaming for you. The dream that's in your heart, the one you've been holding on to through the storms and the silence, it's bigger than your circumstances, bigger than your bank account, bigger than your doubt, your pain, your past. It's legacy. That means it's supposed to outlive you. See, most people stop when things get hard because they think it's only about them. They get tired and they tap out. But when you realize your dream isn't just about your comfort, but about the people coming behind you, the game changes. The pressure becomes purpose. Somebody's watching you right now. A little brother, a daughter, a friend, a neighbor, someone who doesn't even have the words to express it, but they're counting on you to not quit. Your grind is showing them what's possible. Your consistency is giving them hope. Your refusal to give up is lighting the path they'll one day walk. You've got to remember that your life is telling a story, and how you fight, how you overcome, how you get back up, that becomes part of the legacy you leave. You may never know how many people your journey will impact, but I promise you there's someone out there who will stand taller because you didn't back down. And yeah, life will throw obstacles your way. That's a guarantee. You'll have setbacks, delays, heartbreaks, but don't let those things trick you into thinking you're not qualified. Don't let your limitations become your identity. You might be broke, but you're not broken. You might feel behind, but you're not lost. You might feel small right now, but the dream inside you is giant. The ones who leave a legacy aren't the most talented. They're not the most connected. They're the ones who keep going when everything in them says stop. They're the ones who looked their limitations in the face and said, "You don't get to decide how this story ends." So no, you can't quit. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Because when you push past your limits, you're rewriting the script for everyone who thought they had to stay stuck. You're breaking generational ceilings. You're turning pain into power. You're turning dreams into blueprints. And one day, long after you're gone, someone will stand on the foundation you built and say, "Because they didn't give up, I believed I didn't have to either." That's legacy. And that's why you can't give up. Let me leave you with this. The dream you carry, it's not an accident. It's not a fantasy. It's a calling. And you've got two choices. You can spend your life running from it, making excuses, shrinking to fit in, or you can rise. You can fight. You can build. Day by day, inch by inch, moment by moment. Because greatness isn't born, it's forged. It's carved out of long nights, silent tears, closed doors, and the courage to try again when the world tells you to quit. There will be pain, there will be doubt, there will be failure. But if you've been listening, really listening, you already know those things aren't your enemies. They're your training ground. They're sharpening you for what's next. So I'll ask you, how bad do you want it? Bad enough to be disciplined when it's boring, focused when it's loud, consistent when it's thankless, brave when it's scary. Because that's what it takes. That's what separates dreamers from doers. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need a perfect plan. You need fire. You need faith. You need to remember why you started and refuse to stop until it's done. This isn't just about achieving something big. It's about becoming someone strong, someone relentless, someone who, when it's all said and done, can look back and say, "I gave it everything. I didn't fold. I didn't flinch. I didn't quit." Because in the end, success isn't about talent. It's not about luck. It's about refusing to give up. It's about choosing to rise again and again and again. So dream big, stand tall, and no matter what comes your way, never give up.